My name is Rafael, you watch Rock and Roll Garage, and today I'm going to show you the four actors who will play the Beatles in their biographical movies. But first, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment. As you probably know, it was revealed by Paul, Ringo, and the state of John and George some time ago that four movies about each member of the Beatles would be released and directed by Sam Mendes, who is a really incredible that director. For example, he's director of American Beauty, a classic movie, really one of the greatest movies of all time. He also directed 1917 two James Bond movies, so he's really an incredible director. And the movies will be released on April 2028, and they will be released, each one of them will be released at one weekend of April. So for example, the first weekend will be John, the second one Ringo, the third one George, and so it goes. But there's still not the exact date for each movie. And it is a very interesting thing because they say it will kind of dominate the culture of that month, April 2028. And let's start. So now it was revealed who are the actors. The first one we're going to talk about is Harry Dickinson. Harry Dickinson will play John Lennon, and he was born in 1996. And for example, he made a few famous movies, more recent ones. For example, Baby Girl, which is a movie with Nicole Kidman. She was even nominated for the Academy Awards in 2025 for that movie. And other movies, Iron Claw, See How They Run, Triangle of Sadness, and many other more recent movies. And we move to the next one, who is Paul Mescal. Paul Mescal is also a kind of a new phenomenon in the world of Hollywood, let's say, because he's been featured in many famous movies. And the most recent and famous movie he was in was Gladiator 2, directed by Ridley Scott, which is a direct sequel from that incredible first movie with Russell Crowe that was released in 2000. He was also part of other recent movies like All of Us Strangers, After Sun, for example. These are two other really praised movies from these past years. And we move to the third one, which I think it might be one of the most famous ones from the list, at least for me. He's the one I know better, it is Joseph Quinn, who also became quite of a sensation in Hollywood in the past years, because he was part of an incredible movie, a really fun movie that I watched. I'm a big horror movie fan, Operation Overlord, released in 2018. But his breakthrough, let's say, was in Stranger Things, the Netflix series, which is a sensation as well. And he was a metalhead, a heavy metal fan in the show. And one of the greatest scenes from the TV show was when he played Metallica's Master of Puppets on guitar, and he really became a favorite for many millions of people around the world. Became a really famous actor, and he was featured also in Gladiator 2, like Paul Mescal. And he was also the star of A Quiet Place Day One, which was released in 2024. And he will be on new Marvel movies of the Fantastic Four, for example. And we go to the final one on the list, who is Barry Keoghan. He is also famous, and he will be Ringo Starr in the Ringo biopic. And Barry is known for a few famous movies, for like Southburn, The Banshees of Inisherin, Batman. He was in the most recent Batman movie, and Chernobyl, the TV show as well. And these are the four actors who will play the Beatles, and in each one of those movies. And I'm really, really curious to see this kind of a cinematic universe of the Beatles. I mean, nowadays you got the Marvel movies, so they released, it's like an Avengers movie, in my opinion. I mean, it's like if you released the movie of Iron Man, and then Captain America, then Hulk, and then Thor, and then you assemble them in the Avengers movie. So, you know, I don't know, but something makes me feel like after these 4 movies, a Beatles movie with these 4 actors will be released. I don't know, I'm just guessing. But I think, you know, we have seen so many biographical movies over the years, especially during the past decade. But there were many movies about the Beatles, and there were movies about John Lennon. There were movies about his assassination, but we never had this incredible and joyful thing that these artists were. And I'm quite curious to see how they're gonna tell the story of which one of them. And there's a lot of incredible things to it. I mean, we're probably gonna see how many classic songs were written by George, John, and Ringo, and Paul, and see all the struggles in their lives. I mean, John Lennon lost his mother at a young age. He would know his father only many years later. Paul McCartney also lost his mother at a young age, and Ringo Starr never had contact with his real father until he was older. He was created by a stepdad, and many other interesting things that we're going to see from the personal side of their lives. I believe so. I believe they're going to tell those stories for sure. And I'm curious to see how they're going to be, how that's going to be shown by Sam Mendes. And it's probably going to will be some big movies, and it's going to be quite interesting. You know, imagine if you go to see, you go to the movies every week of April 2028 to see these movies, and it's going to be quite cool, you know. Sam said that he didn't believe it would be something good for a TV show, for a series. It would be more of a cinematic thing, and I totally agree. It's going to be awesome to see Beatles' story and their music being shown in the big screen. It's going to be amazing. And that's it. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and visit rockandrollgarage.com. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.